The reason that grief is so painful for us is not because, and this is what I want you all to evaluate, and it's going to require you to open up your mind a little bit to witness it. But the reason that grief is so painful and powerful is not because necessarily we just lost a person and that person no longer exists, but it's because of our unconscious attachment or relationship with that person. And we're afraid that that can't be replicated. We can't find it anywhere. We can't be able to create that connection anywhere. And it's important for us to grieve relationships, to grieve people who we've lost, to grieve things that we no longer have. But a part of the grieving process is the initial recognition of the loss, but then it is the acceptance of our existence. So a lot of times people will tell you, if you lose someone, they'd be like, oh, you can't do anything, just deal with it, just accept it. That's so hard to listen to and to be able to take, right? You can't just accept that someone's gone. But the focus needs to move from your attachment or connection to them. It needs to move back to your acceptance, connection, and attachment to the self. In fact, when it comes to manifesting, how many of you want to manifest amazing lives, amazing relationships, and a lot of peace and happiness? Okay. When it comes to manifesting, one of the biggest reasons we can't manifest in the future is because of our attachment to the past. So a lot of the times when we're attached to an ex or to a relationship previously that we have a strong connection to, affiliation for, or attachment to, whatever kind of relationship it is, even if we have an attachment to the same person, let's say it's a son, a parent, or etc., an attachment to who they were in the past, even if we've attached with them with resentment, with any of the things, it's difficult for that relationship to now be recreated into something beautiful in the future. And it is because of our unconscious control or wanting to keep attached to that relationship in the way it was. It's crazy when you dig deeper into it. That's why it's so important for us to accept and understand and evolve our relationships so we can love what they're becoming, and we can bring back that love or connection with whoever into the future, into the future aspect. And the same is in terms of whether it's money, the same as in terms of it's our lifestyle. If we're attached to those poor, old school, conditioned beliefs that we have about ourselves, if we're attached to those relationships or the way they were in the past, if we're attached to anything in the past so strongly, it's always difficult to manifest a different future because we're too attached to that for us to be able to have the energy to create something new. And that's actually a good segue into our conversation today, because today we're going to talk about being okay with uncertainty, right? Creating that level of inner peace that we're okay with uncertainty. Why is, I talked, I'm not going to dive too much into the past aspect like I did the last time. We'll do some one-on-one questions, evaluations in this space, and then we're going to do some cool exercises later on together. But why is uncertainty so scary for us? We've talked about this before. Uncertainty is so scary for us because the uncertain reminds us of a potential negative outcome that we've had before. Would you all agree? The uncertainty is scary for us because it makes us feel like what has happened before can potentially happen again. So then what is it that's really hurting us when it comes to the uncertain, just as I talked about? Is it really the potential of anything happening? Or is it, again, our attachment to how things were in the past? Our attachment to how frustrated we were, attachment to how things didn't work out, any of those possible outcomes. So again, I come back to this point, which is we have to be willing to let go of our past attachments, which is one of the hardest things for us to do, because our attachments, our experiences in the past, the things we hold on to are what define us, what we think define us. And so we have to be able to create enough value in the present, heal the past so that the past doesn't have a hold on us, create enough value in the present so that we can create ultimately this open and beautiful future. And the future is unknown. But what makes it more comfortable is our okayness, our comfort, our peace, our acceptance with who I am right now, so that whatever comes my way, I know I'll be able to handle it.
Hey, and welcome to the Inner Yats YouTube page. If you like our content, make sure you click the like and the subscribe button so that you get more of these amazing videos that keep coming your way.